Welcome back. The U.S. sending a clear message to Russia. President Trump ordering the largest expulsion of Russian intelligence officers in American history, kicking out 60 diplomats, at least 18 other countries following suit after a former Russian spy was attacked with a lethal nerve agent. So what kind of impact will these mass expulsions have? Joining me now is a former CIA station chief who served in Moscow, Daniel Hoffman. Daniel, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. So
what do you think will be the fallout from all of this?
Well, the first thing is that there is a direct impact on Russia's intelligence collection. They rely on their intelligence officers inside the United States and those other countries to steal secrets. And when we kick them out of the country, it's really going to limit their ability to conduct that espionage that's so important for their national security.
And we're also closing down the embassy, their embassy in Seattle.
The consulate in Seattle, right. We've already closed the one in San Francisco, so that also is going to limit their freedom of movement inside our country. You know, the attacks on our social networking and media sites, the hackers might have been based in Russia, but a lot of the content, the disinformation they used, would have been informed through intelligence gathering, and again, that should have an impact on their intelligence ability.
Yeah, so we still have the consulate or the embassies in what, New York, D.C., and Houston. Why do you think they chose Seattle?
Well, Seattle is a hub for high tech, and there may have been concern there. There's a nuclear facility nearby as well. And I think eliminating Russia's presence on the West Coast writ large is a good thing for us. You know, that's the Russians, we can expect them to respond. I mean, this is what they do. So they may seek to, I'm sure that they will declare a number of our people, the same number, persona non grata from Russia. Yeah. They might also seek to close some of our facilities as well. And
they've already hinted at that because they actually put a tweet out on Twitter for people to vote who or which embassy they think should be closed there in their country. This is actually a tweet, but we can pull, oh, there it is. And you can see there at the bottom where people are supposed to choose which one they thought should be closed.
Right.
Yeah, I heard St. Petersburg is winning right now, and that more than likely that would be the one that they would close.
Oh, that would be a pretty big deal. That would be akin to New York closing for them here in the United States, pretty much. So I'm sure we're preparing for this. But look, the bottom line for the United States, this is an important message that we've sent to the Kremlin. A very important message that we will not tolerate their violation of territorial integrity in the United States, or in this case, or in the UK as well. We're standing with our NATO and our EU and even some non-EU partners in delivering this message to the Kremlin, which is, I think, really vital.
I want to get to this next topic with you in terms of Afghanistan and what Russia's accused of doing there. But I also want to ask you, do you think President Trump has handled this in the correct manner in terms of the timing of it? Because he's been accused of not being tough enough on Russia. Now he does this. Do you think that this will be enough?
Well, I don't think that, first of all, I think the timing is fine. I think that you have to take a little bit of time to gather the facts, to staff out the decision-making with our stakeholders. That would be the State Department, the CIA, and other agencies in the government. So best not to rush into any action. And again, this is the largest PNG since we arrested FBI agent Robert Hansen almost 18 years ago. So it's a big deal, and you want to make sure that you're doing it right. I don't have any problem with the timing, personally.
But at the same,
as far as whether this,
I was going to say,
as far as whether this will, I don't know that it will deter Vladimir Putin from taking future action. The attack on Skripal and on our social networking and media sites and other intelligence espionage that Putin's running against us, those are just existential elements of his regime security and national security strategy. And I'm not sure that this is going to stop him, but it will limit his effectiveness. And it's an important signal, again, to the Kremlin and also to those in behind enemy lines who are spying on our behalf. They know that we've got their back.
But
People
at the same time, you know, you have Russia. Apparently, we have this top U.S. commander in Afghanistan accusing Russia of arming the Afghan Taliban.
Right. Well, listen, Russia has a long history in Afghanistan and the region. They still consider the United States to be their main enemy, and assisting the Taliban would provide them with a couple of benefits. First, if they can force us to spill more blood and treasure, then that's absolutely in their interest. And secondly, they're trying to develop sources in the Taliban so that they can have some influence over that group. And some elements of the Taliban are fighting ISIS, and that would be in Russia's interest. Taliban also controls some swaths of territory. And again, the Russians, I think, by providing this material support, feel like they may be able to recruit sources inside the Taliban and engender some good will maybe from the Taliban for Russia.
Russia's influence definitely spreading. We will see what their reaction is today. Daniel Hoffman joining us live. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.